Alright, hey guys, Fiddleferret here, and my goodness, welcome back to, I guess I'm gonna call this like a visual novel showcase, because I don't really plan on doing necessarily a playthrough of this, but somebody from the lovely, I think it was Bright Onion Studios, messaged me on YouTube, and sent me a key, and offered me, and I accepted a key for the game. And I was like, that's pretty cool. So, sure enough, here we are with Memento of Spring. The art looks really nice. I don't really know much about the game. You can get this on Steam right now, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, I know my track record with visual novels has been really shoddy lately. I've honestly tried to record a bunch of them, but my reading has been absolute, just worse than usual lately. Which is frustrating to me because I do actually kind of enjoy making visual novel videos. Oops, sorry about that, but I don't want, you know, just to make terrible videos. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. I don't know how much of this will play, maybe an hour or two. I don't expect to finish it, but I do want to check it out and see. I'll probably play it on my own time for sure, but I probably won't do a full Let's Play of it. Anyway, let's go ahead and get going. I knew a girl whose duty was to smother every shop window with the misfortune of exhibiting sweets on the other side. Like a brave heroine flinging herself against the prisons which caged her dearest comrades, she attacked first with her palms and secondly with her drool. Dope. See, everyone here's looking at the cute anime girl. I'm just like, I'm actually kind of hungry. I could eat right now, and those puffs and pastries aren't exactly helping. A waft of cinnamon, oh cinnamon, don't even get me started, game. A dollop of buttercream and a smattering of cherries. This is cruel and unusual. No. Dusting of icing sugar, a sprinkling of chocolate flakes. No. Whirls of rhubarb jam. We're leaving. Just a little closer and sweet divinity will be all mine. Listen, I just bought you that dress. It was very expensive. Please don't try and make it explode. Come on, we're leaving. But I've already decided. Decided? Decided what? On which one I want, of course. But it sort of looks like you're staring at, well, everything. That's right. I want everything. Does that mean starting with the windows first? Stop drooling over it. You're frightening the customers inside. I can almost taste it. What is that? Is it Jillian, I think? Jillian? That probably isn't right. I'm horrible with names, so if it's wrong, leave me alone. I'm like a grade 2 reading level. I can't do it. I'm gonna call her Jillian because that's kind of what it looks like. Jillian, if you went in and managed to devour everything in there, you wouldn't be able to exit through the same door anymore. Challenge accepted. That's cute. That's cute, the game. She had hair the color of daisies, a smile as bright as summer mornings, and a laugh as sweet as tinkling chimes. This music is very relaxing, I've actually got to say. It's adorable. So good. It's like happiness is melting in my mouth. And my math. Hey. I don't know how to say it. It's like it wants to be Emily, but it's Amelie. Amelie. The cake Amelie. Hey, Amelie, try some. It's super tasty. Of course it is. It was paid using my... Well, what do you think? Well, I think it'd taste better if I was allowed to chew first. That's adorable. Always smiling, always laughing. She was a girl whose optimism could sweep away the bad times like a flowing river. Thanks, Ameline. Amelite, that fucking, I don't know. You're always so nice to me. Yes, I know I am. You're kind of like a big sister, you know? Big sisters wouldn't be so nice to you. I'm poor again thanks to your sweet tooth. With any luck, I've gobbled up so much that it'll fall out by the end of the day. The end of the day? Then that means we're not done yet, right? In that case, let's look through the other bakeries across the road. What? You can't possibly mean you're still hungry, can you? Yep, I am. Hungry as a woodworm in front of a freshly planted tree. You have eaten an amount comparative to the size to a woodworm and a tree before you're satisfied. Anyway, the answer is no. I can't buy you any more pudding. Sure you can. We have an extra stomach just for desserts. How many extra stomachs do you have inside that body of yours? Besides, it's not about how gluttonous you are. I have no money. No money? None whatsoever. Look, my pockets are empty. So no more pudding for now, okay? Surely you can hold out for the rest of the day. Well, I guess. I mean, of course I can. I don't mind at all. What? You old hag? Unfortunately, such was the discord between my delusions and the real world, that even the power of my most generous dreams couldn't hold back the unstoppable force that this girl's catastrophic personality. What? No! No, what is that? No! What is this? This was a nice game! I'm like sitting here with a nice cup of like warm drink, chilling. Okay, wait. Alright. Hello. Let's keep reading, I guess. Jillian? She had only one talent, and that was for the art of crudeness. You old hag. What? A being of such temperament and ruinous inflexibility that she was known far and wide by a single name, the Prince of Calamity. Jillian? Why are you saying that? I'm hungry, old hag. What? I'm hungry. Feed me. Feed you? But Jillian, you just ate an entire sweet shop. I'm hungry. Feed me. I can't. Feed me. Why won't you feed me? I can't. Jillian, I don't have any money. Feed me. Feed. Oh my God. Up. Huh? Up. What? I can't understand you. I have no money. Wake up! Ah! I don't like her anymore. This game isn't fun anymore. I was like, oh, let's get little girls, let's go eat this cake. So then it's like, no! She beat the shit out of me, and now I'm unconscious waking up in a bed. Oi, what do you think you're doing? Falling asleep in the middle of the day. Ooh, excuse me. You have work to do. Head pain, brain melting. Either I dozed off next to the church bell, or a 12-year-old girl was trying to tell me she wanted something. Jillian, wait, let me wake up first before you start dismantling things. You shouldn't have to wake up at all. Why are you napping on my bed? Yes, my bed, mine. Where am I meant to sit? Where am I meant to eat? I tried flicking my hand. It was all I could do to lift it up, and then drop it down. My face remained buried in the duvet. My legs splayed on the hard floor. There's a chair right... That wasn't the question. It was a hint. If you want to loaf around on the clock like a ninny, that's fine. But don't do it when it's time for lunch. And so, even in the waking world, my nightmares never end. Ugh. I'm so freaking hungry right now. I was almost about to go outside. Have you looked out there? Of course you haven't. Hey, do you know how hot it is today? If I step outside, how do you think what would happen to me? I suppose she'd start putting up a needless fuss. I'll be scorched to dust. Does my skin look like it was built to last against the sun? Does it? And if the heat doesn't get to me, then those untrained hoodlums will. I raised my hand and rubbed my eyes. It barely helped. If anything, it just made things look slightly groggier. Hoodlums? Yes, hoodlums. The moment I step outside, they'll attack me, just like they always do. I'm sorry, I don't understand. Who are you? Stop dinging when I'm recording. Who are you talking about? What hoodlums? Them! The ones outside. Can't you hear them? All I could hear was the pounding of my own headache. Frankly, I just wanted to drift away and steal another moment of that dream, even with the horror ending. There'd been no drudgery, no manual labor, and no lunch errands to run there. Only an afternoon of confectionery shopping and a Sunday tasting, which, for the price of being called an old hag, was quite a bitter sweeter than reality. You can hear them, right? Jeez, they have no respect. Even now, they're hopping in and out of the fountain like a pack of wild animals escaped from the circus. Splashing, jumping, laughing. They should just be arrested for violating public space. Jillian, are you talking about the school children? They're not children, they're tiny demons from the abyss. Some of those tiny demons were bigger than her. Instead of suggesting they'd be arrested... Oh, wrong person. Instead of suggesting they'd be arrested, don't you want to try playing with them? Playing with them? What makes you think I'd do something so horrific? Well, they do seem to like you after all. Somehow. And I hear it's normal to want to make friends, or just a friend, or just experience human contact. Aha! I'd rather die choking on a shoe. I'm just saying. Okay, stop. Stop right there. You're doing it again. Doing what again? You're putting me in the same age bracket as them. For the last time, don't do that. I'm above those uncivil miscreants. It's not like I was doing it despite her, and despite how she yelled at the children every day like a grouchy old man, she was in the same age bracket as them. Jillian, you're not much older. In fact, I think at least 2 of them will be 13 before you. It might be a good idea to at least feign peace and see what that leads to. No, I won't. I don't want them near me. Not their cackles, not their smirks, and certainly not their claws. Ugh, every time they see me, they pull at my... No, I won't allow myself to dwell on it. I mustn't. Her silence was undermined by the frequency that her ears twitched. I didn't even notice that. She has ears. Good point. That's That's right, I'm above those misdoings of those devious pests. I will allow their thoughtless time-wasting and shameless frolicking to weigh down on my genius mind. Because soon I'll have my revenge. Those hoodlums have no idea what awaits them. Yes, that's right. Let those precious fountain, those hog, the last taste of their misspent youth. Jillian, could you please not act like the victim of an injustice while plotting like a villain? I'm the one who has to apologize to their parents afterwards. Hey, just checking, but aren't you literally paid to be on my side? That's not why I'm here. Oh, right. I keep forgetting you're just like the last one. She was a lot more agreeable, or disagreeable, I guess. She shooed away the pest without me having to ask. And she was less jaded, too. Like, a lot. And even when she called it quits, at least she did it with a smile. You always look about as happy as the last potato in the basket. Firstly, Jillian, I wouldn't know about the last one. And secondly, it's impolite to compare one person to another like that. It's impolite to be snoozing in the middle of the day and on another person's bed, too. I'm sorry for falling asleep on top of your dinner table. Well, not that I care, but just what were you doing last night? This isn't the first time you've dropped off like this. I knew it. It was a midnight escapade, wasn't it? Are you frolicking in the small hours of the night? That's it, isn't it? What a tragic train of logic immediately led her to that conclusion. Look, if you're going to do unseemly stuff, do it after supper, but well, before curfew. If you're not awake by the time I expect to see lunch, then I don't care which one I wake up, as long as one of you knows how to make pancakes. Excuse me, young lady, that's not what happened. I was writing, thank you, writing letters, a considerable heap of them. Letters? What? Is that it? Seriously, you could have at least made up something interesting. And here I was, hoping that Miss Perfect Pants was finally changing her granny stripes. With comments like that, I didn't know how I was supposed to feel. This was the first time in my life I was ever called Miss Perfect Pants, and I didn't find it particularly insulting. Yes, Jillian, I was up all night writing correspondence. Would you happen to know why? Isn't that part of your job? My job isn't to stay up all night writing letters of apologies to the local residents. Yesterday, you broke 2 windows, 5 plant pots, 2 vases, and a greater part of the chimney, and you... Exactly, because stuff. Nothing that should prevent you from sleeping and waking up on time. Your duties are to prepare lunch, dinner, and then breakfast in that precise order. Practicing your handwriting can wait. At some point, I was going to have to explain to her what my duties actually were, and then hope that she finally remembered after the umpteenth time. Alright, taking a drink because my mouth is dry. I think my big problem when I read visual novels now, my mouth gets so dry so quickly. I'm not used to reading this much. Anyway, just bring me something to eat and I'll magnanimously let you off the hook. But no cheap stuff. That means everything priced vegetable and under. Really, if you're that hungry, you could always take the plummet down the road. Plummet? If you ask Miss Fritzens, that's a weird one, really nicely, and don't provoke her 6-month-old daughter, and she said she'll make you an apple strudel. I don't want strudel, I want meat. Every time I see my pillow, I think of feathers inside, and then all I can think about are roasted white partridges and cream sauce. I think I might see a new one soon. She was considering eating her pillow. This was bad. I'd underestimated how hungry she was. I had to pull myself up and find her nourishment as a matter of urgency. I then thought of explaining to the chapel's sisters how they were one pillow short. Made me despair. Fine, I understand. But you'll have to make do with whatever I get. That includes green things, even carrots. Haha, that's funny. I said I'm hungry, not crazy. If I want to eat a carrot, wait until I've been drifting on a roof long enough that I can mistake it for something edible. It doesn't hurt to chew on the occasional vegetable, does it? It hurts my sense of taste. She said she managed to sound so aggravated whenever I tried to stave off her inedible enigma. At this point, I had to wonder how much of her pale skin came down to despising sunshine or just an astrolish diet. Well, just don't go nibbling on any furniture while I'm gone, or the curtains. We don't own any of these things, remember? You don't need to tell me that. I have standards, you know. History will remember otherwise when she becomes famous for eating the plates that food came on. Excuse me. Anyway, nothing green or leafy, orangey or pointy or priced vegetable and under. Nothing... Oh, that said that twice. Julian certain was a picky eater in her own way. She only ever wanted things that were either detrimental to her health or to her finances, or to our finances. A bright and beautiful afternoon, meaning that something awful was going to happen. It seemed that no matter how vigorous the sun forced its warmth through the back of my neck, I could only find myself walking further and further beneath a dark cloud. I blinked instinctively, shielding my eyes, and immediately felt ashamed at how unaccustomed I was now to the world of the living. Oh, she's a cutie pie. When did I become like this? Even vampires saw more daylight than I did. Right now, I looked as deadly white as Jillian. For as I knew, people likely thought we weren't living in the chapel, we were haunting it. I sighed, then followed it up with a yawn. Not just any yawn, but a tragic, unladylike yawn, as if the weight of the world had dropped on my head, squeezed out my breath, and then rolled off my stiff and aching shoulders. Stretching my back, I was immediately rewarded with an ever so quiet and ever so ominous crack. Is this me? Oh, this must be me! I felt like an imaginary weight pulling down on me had increased until my knees were almost buckling. I wanted to weep. Listless eyes, pale skin, cracking bones. And Mother always wondered why I never had any interesting news to share with her. Somewhere in the near distance, I could hear the sounds of laughing children encroaching on Julian's territory. I'd need to quietly shoo them away before I headed to the market. Everyone's out playing today. If only that girl would spend more time outdoors, and I wouldn't be such a hermit. Well, there was nothing more to it. It was time to get to work. Interesting. Alright, we're gonna end the first episode here. I'll probably do at least one more, maybe two. Get a little bit more of this visual novel, see what is what. This was interesting so far. I was not ready for the twist start to the novel. That was interesting. Sorry, my reading has been super rusty, so sorry for it being not the best. It's not my best reading job I've ever done, but anyway guys, thanks for watching. Check this out on Steam, link in the description, and I'll see you on the prowl next time. Bye!